Thursday and happy bye week, everybody. Welcome into another edition of the GC Roundup presented by Clint Hammond of the Mortgage Network, where we keep you up to speed on everything you need to know in Gamecock Nation. I'm your host, Kendall Smith, and this week on the show, we are talking South Carolina's bye week, Zeb Noland's surgery this past Tuesday, and what is next for South Carolina football. Plus, we'll dive into the preseason honors for South Carolina men's and women's basketball and check in on some other sports in the world of Gamecock athletics. All of that and more coming up on this week's edition of the GC Roundup, so don't go anywhere. All right, GC Nation, big breath in, big breath out. It is officially bye week in time for all of you to enjoy some stress-free time this fall. I don't know if you're going to the spa, if you're taking a nice weekend getaway, just relaxing, sleeping in, enjoying yourself. But South Carolina football does not play this weekend. It is officially the bye week. However, the time that South Carolina will play next was announced earlier in the week at 7:30 p.m. on November 6th against the Florida Gators. The Gamecocks will be back at Williams-Brice Stadium for their Week 10 matchup. Now, in other South Carolina football news, it was also announced earlier in the week that Zeb Noland underwent a minor surgical procedure to repair a meniscus tear in his right knee. Now, this news comes off of South Carolina's 44-14 loss last Saturday in their Week 8 matchup against Texas A&M. Shane Beamer spoke after that loss to the media. Here's what he had to say.
Effort is not an issue. If I was in that locker room worried about guys playing hard, I'd really be concerned. I don't. We got a great group of young men in that locker room that are hurting right now and are sick about this feeling. And there's no other team that I'd rather be the head coach of. I'm proud to coach these guys. I'm proud of their effort. We got to coach them better. We got to play better.
Zeb Noland is expected to be available for South Carolina's November 6th matchup against Florida. But in other Gamecock news, freshman women's soccer player Peyton Patrick was named the SEC Freshman of the Week following South Carolina's 4-0 win over Alabama on Sunday. Sunday was also senior day for South Carolina women's soccer, and head coach Shelly Smith spoke to the media after that win.
I was very proud of how they responded to the past 2 weeks and came here and it meant a lot to be at home and do what we did today.
The women's soccer team will be in Gainesville, Florida tonight to take on the Gators in their final SEC regular season matchup of the year. They'll then head to the SEC tournament starting this Sunday, which, by the way, is Halloween. So happy Halloween week to everybody. But also in other good Gamecock news, speaking of beating Alabama, that was just a trend this weekend for South Carolina athletics. The women's volleyball team took down the Alabama Crimson Tide 3-0 on Sunday. Tom Mendoza, their head coach, spoke after that win.
So obviously really happy for the team. They've been putting in that effort, and to get the win today, you get that reward and you get that reinforcement, and they get to celebrate with their teammates. So very happy for them. Hopefully we start stringing a few of those together now.
It's hard to believe that we're already talking about the start of the South Carolina men's and women's basketball season. I feel like just the other day we were starting the football season, so I guess it's true what they say, time goes faster and faster as you get older, because I feel like time is really passing me by right now. But nonetheless, we are just a couple of weeks out from the start of the men's and women's basketball seasons at South Carolina, and several players were given preseason awards or named to preseason award watch lists. One of those players being Keyshawn Bryant, a player for the men's basketball team here at South Carolina. He was named to the second team preseason All-SEC team by league coaches. The SEC coaches also picked the South Carolina women's basketball team to win the 2022 women's basketball title. Aaliyah Boston was named an AP preseason All-American. Zaya Cook was named to the Ann Myers Drysdale Award watch list for the best shooting guard in the country. And Destiny Henderson was named to the Nancy Lieberman Award watch list for best point guard in the country. So lots and lots of awards coming for South Carolina men's and women's basketball as they prepare for the start of their season in just a couple of weeks.
Hey, Don, I want to go back to Aaliyah Boston. Can you believe that was not unanimous AP?
Nope. I can't.
Do you have any explanation? I mean, how does that happen?
You know how it happens, Carolyn. I mean, listen. Narratives are going to be written and stay with all season long. And it continues until we write our own.
That's going to do it for this week's edition of the GC Roundup, presented by Clint Hammond of the Mortgage Network, where we keep you up to speed on everything you need to know in Gamecock Nation. Be sure to stay tuned on GamecockCentral.com for more content coming throughout the week. It might be bye week for South Carolina football, but we are keeping all of the content rolling. Stay tuned for a special edition of Before the Sandstorm coming out this Saturday morning. And also, I don't know if anybody saw Alyssa Lang's interview with Mike Leach last week talking about Halloween candy, but if you've made it to this point in the show, let me know. What is your favorite Halloween candy? I feel like Mike Leach had some really weird choices, but in honor of Halloween being this Sunday, I would love to know, what is your go-to Halloween candy? Mine is definitely a Kit Kat, 100%. But happy Halloween, everybody. Again, that's going to do it for this week's edition of the GC Roundup. I'm excited to see you all back here next week, and I will see you for Before the Sandstorm on Saturday. Until then, have a wonderful Thursday. Stay well, and I will see you soon. Bye, everybody.